I'm ready to begin modeling my eyeball monster. You'll see that I am in a new file, not in the file that I've been using for texture mapping, and this is pretty common because it allows one person to work on modeling and another person to work on texturing simultaneously. People tend to specialize in the industry, so there are lighting and texture artists, there are modeling artists, there are rigging artists, there are animators, and they're generally not all the same person. So it's nice to have a new file available, plus this means that if something goes terribly wrong with the modeling process, I don't lose all of my textures. Yay, new file. In here, I want to start by working with the reference image that I created for the eyeball monster. And to do that, all I have to do is move over to my orthographic views. The reference image contains a front view of the monster and a side view of the monster, so I'm going to use these two viewports to import the reference image. To do that, I can go to View, Image Plane, Import Image. This brings me to my source images directory. Here's my reference image with the front view and the side view. I will do the same thing in the side view. View, Image Plane, Import Image. There's my reference image. Open. And there's my little monster that we're going to make. Now, this is a monster that I drew very quickly. I know it looks like it's a monster I drew very quickly, so you won't be surprised to hear that. It's leaning a little bit in the front view and it's kind of off balance in the side view, so as we model we may make adjustments and changes, but this is more or less the design we'll be modeling. There are a few things that we need to do once we've got the reference image in place that are going to help us as we model this character. The first one is really easy. I'm going to select both of the reference images and use my Move tool to move them up so that the little monster's feet are on the ground. It's actually fairly large. It's a pretty big monster. That's good. You want to start with the feet on the ground because that's going to help you align the monster when you bring it into another scene. Easy, sensible. Next, I'm going to take the front image, and in the front viewport, I'm going to move it along the x-axis until I can line it up in the center. I will also, in my outliner, rename this. I will call this one IP for image plane, front, and then I'll take the side view. I'll do the same thing. In the side view, I will slide it along the z-axis until it lines up in the center. And then I will rename this IP side. If I look in my perspective view now, I should see that I've got a reference image right at the origin. That's where the little monster is going to be built. Just a couple more cleanup things. Right now, both of these image planes are completely solid. I will select both of them, and in my channel box, I will turn their alpha gain down. Alpha gain is transparency. When it's set to 1, it's completely solid. If I set it down to a 0.5, you'll see that now I can start to see through them, which is good because now I can see the grid. You could go even lower. It's going to depend on the brightness of your monitor. Excellent. Just a couple more things. First, I'm going to take the two image planes, group them. This will be my image plane group, and eventually this will become one of my construction objects. The image plane group is going to go onto a layer. I will call this my image plane layer, and I'm going to set this so that it is not selectable. Maya has a tendency of wanting to select anything you right-click over, and if I leave the image plane layer selectable, you'll see that image planes have some things that they can do in the right-click menu. I don't want Maya to be referencing them all the time, So I will set the layer itself to reference, and that way, when I right-click, nothing happens. The last thing is that I don't like seeing the reference images here in the perspective view. They're big, they're bulky, they're kind of annoying. So in the perspective view, I go to Show, Image Planes, and I uncheck this. And now my perspective view is free and clear and open. Here in the side view, I'm going to be working with this side image. Here in the front view, I'm going to be working with this front image, and we're all going to build the same monster together. How nice! My last thing is that I will come to File and Save Scene As. I am indeed going to the correct project directory. I just wanted to check that out. And we'll call this one iMonster01 so that I can increment on save. Now that I've got my scene set up, I am all good. Take a moment, set your scene up too, and in the next video we will start modeling.